Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Morning Tea.
Good
Hi,
morning.
everyone. Welcome to Morning Tea. My name is Tracy V. Allen, owner of TVA Consulting, where we help um, our clients develop the systems and processes needed to build and grow profitable, sustainable, and compliant infrastructures so that they can achieve their mission and realize their vision. But most of all, so that they can create impact within their communities. All right, so we're all stuck at home practicing social distancing. Not the best thing ever. We're accustomed to being out in these streets, communing with people, talking, getting to know people, pitching our businesses every time we can, probably pushing our cards in front of everyone's faces. And now we're at home and we're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? How am I going to build my business? I can't get out there. You're probably going to like 3 or 4 networking meetings a week or a month. And now everything has come to a screeching halt and you are like, I can't get fresh clients. I don't know how to meet people because I'm stuck in my house. It is impossible for me to grow my business because you were accustomed to doing face-to-face business. Well, there is a way to continue to network and to grow your business, to get new clients, to meet new business partners. And that is where we are right now on social media. So today, let's drum roll, right? I have with me Denean Ambersley, affectionately known as Denean the Coffee Queen, the Queen of Networking or the Master Networker from Columbia, South Carolina, here with us this morning, bright and early, to talk to us about how you can effectively effective strategies to network on social media. All right, welcome, Denean. Welcome to Morning Tea. Could you introduce yourself to the audience, please? Denean, you're frozen. Hello. Okay, technology. So hopefully she gets on frozen. Let's see if I take her out and bring her back in. Denean, you might need to go out and come back in. So I'm going to remove her. So she's asking me what happened. You can come back in because you got frozen. Okay, so give me 1 second. Denean is going to come back in and then she's going to introduce herself. So give her a couple minutes, a couple of seconds to rejoin. But yeah, so we're talking today about like social networking on social media. Okay, here she is. All right, there we go.
You remember what we talked about before we started talking?
Yes.
Wow.
Technology. It happens. Okay.
Yes.
So, sometimes you just have to be flexible and continue talking, try to solve it, whatever. But anyway, Denean, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience and tell them about yourself. One of the things Denean is going to talk about is her strong military background. Go ahead.
Wow, I didn't know I was going to talk about my strong military background. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And thank you, Tracy, so much for having me. And thank you for doing this early in the morning. You can get a lot done in your day if you start your morning out correctly. And so I really want to thank you for, we don't want to have any issues with this phone. Oh, we're going to put that on airplane mode. But anyway, we don't want any, I apologize. Anyway, I thank you for allowing me to come on your show this morning. And I hope I have a lot of good information to share because I know people are stuck in their homes. But let me start out by just letting you all know, as Tracy said, I am Denean, and affectionately known as Denean, the Coffee Queen. I am the CEO of Denean, the Coffee Queen. It's a healthy coffee beverage, or excuse me, a healthy beverage company. I also am a John Maxwell certified teacher, speaker, and coach. And as Tracy alluded to, I am a retired military veteran. I retired from the military with over 30 years of service. And I normally don't tell people that, but that's a long time, and that's why it's so strong.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you. And let's take a moment real quick and just, thank God for all of those frontline workers in the medical field who's trying to keep us safe. Yes. And I heard someone say it, so it's one of my taglines now. We're not stuck in the house, guys. We're safe in the house. And that's so true. Today, I would like to share some information about what we can do via social media. But I will say this. I'm not a social media guru, but I've taken the time to study social media, and I wrote a book with you in mind on how we can build our business, how we can network on social media. And so I want to share some of that information with you today.
Okay, great. Awesome. So I introduced you as not only the coffee queen, because you do own a coffee company. Why don't you tell us, how did you get started in coffee? How did you become known as Denean the Coffee Queen? Because that is not something that most people would think a woman would be getting into, coffee. Like, really? So tell us a little bit about how you got into coffee.
Well, Tracy, believe it or not, I ask myself the same thing. What in the world am I doing? But I absolutely love it. And so I just want the viewers to know and hear, if they're just listening, I want them to know that it's not a coffee company that I have, but it's a healthy beverage company. We have to step outside of just coffee because we didn't want to be placed inside of a box. So anyway, I got started with coffee through a network marketing company. And it was a really good network marketing company. And they did really well for the first 5 to 10 years. But right there at that 5th to 7th year mark, they started to dwindle off. And I'll share with you all, I'm not a professional network marketer, but I did really well. And I made a lot of money. And that making a lot of money is relative to whomever is making the money, right? But I thought I did really well with selling coffee. I didn't do really well with recruiting. I did okay. I did okay. But it was all for naught, because that fell off. You can do well, and all kinds of things can happen. And so if it's not your career, and I'm just talking about me and my networking experience, network marketing experience. If it's not a career, you're not really into it like that. I'm not sure how well you can do, even if you do well in the beginning. But anyway, so I started with the network marketing company, and I sold a lot of coffee. And then the company, they went away. And when I say they went away, they're not closed, but you don't hear about them anymore.
Right.
But because
they're already dwindled.
Yes, they're already dwindled. And so since I did really well with selling coffee and recognized 8 out of 10 people drink coffee, over 400, let me get this number right, over 400 million people drink coffee nationwide 2 to 3 times a day. Over 250 billion with a B people drink coffee 2 to 3 times a day internationally, global wide. I just had to figure out how to get in that market. That's a good market to get into, and then because I sold coffee and I recognized how many people drink coffee, I just took a chance and say, hey, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I want my own business. And it just took off, Tracy. Like, wow.
Okay. And how exactly were you able to build this coffee empire that you are building currently?
I like when you say building. So that's a verb, I believe, Tracy, or you're a school teacher, help me out. That means we're still in action, right?
Yes. Yes.
Let me share with you all, Denean the Coffee Queen. That has a big connotation to it. Coffee Queen. Coffee Queen is not someone who just drinks coffee. Really. So I have a vision. I have a vision of what that looks like. And I just believe in coaching. I do. I believe in coaching. I believe people out here know more than you know. And so you have to, meet people that can help you. You just got to be aware of a lot of things, but you got to meet people that can help you. And everything is a lesson. right? So don't take the negative as it's negative. Take it as a lesson. And so I just had some great coaching, Tracy, that helped me build my, I was ready to say network marketing, that helped me build my company. But let me say this in network marketing, because I want to defend it a little bit. Network marketing has a lot of skills. If you've never done business, there are a lot of skills to learn inside of network. Okay, there are a lot of skills. I was fading off. Okay, I'm sorry. You know, it's early in the morning, y'all.
I know.
So anyway, there are a lot of skills to learn inside of network marketing, and so I will say that helped me as well. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about network marketing and how network marketing and some of the don'ts and the do's that you learn from network marketing can apply to people in the nonprofit area, people in the for-profit area. So as a former network marketer myself, because I've been with a couple of companies, because like you said, it's a great way to start a business if you're not exactly sure if you want to start a business and you don't want to go through all of the legalities and have all the paperwork and the back end work to do if that's not your strong suit. So you are right. Network marketing is not for everybody, but it is for some people. It has its core group. Just like in any other business, your business is not for everyone. You have to find your core audience. So in network marketing, I think there's some good things that, qualify you as the master networker, right? Because you had to learn some skills in network marketing that you should not apply in real life, right? And some skills that you were able to take and hone and become a master networker, become the queen of networking. Hence why you wrote your book that's about to debut called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Networking. Correct?
Absolutely.
Let's meet for coffee. All right, because you are the coffee queen now, right?
Yes.
So why don't you tell us the absolute don'ts for networking and some absolute do's for networking that you have learned?
Okay, so and I want everyone to hear what you asked me specifically, what I have learned, right? Because network marketing it's a big industry, right? And many people do it right.
Okay.
And many people do it incorrectly. More people, I believe, do it incorrectly than they do it correctly. Again, this is my experience. And so let's be clear. I am not going to bash network marketing because I would recommend you, if you want to start a business and you have no idea what to do. I just want to be a business owner. I probably would recommend network marketing. You just have to figure out which company to join, which product that you love and that you know that you can sell. 3 do's. I'm gonna give you 3 and 3. 3 do's and 3 don'ts.
Can we backtrack 1 minute? You said something that I think is poignant to point out. I don't care what industry you're in. Like I said, I deal with the nonprofit people more than I deal with the for-profit, but I deal with both. You have to do something that you love.
Yes.
That just kind of resonated with me. Whatever it is that you're doing, you have to have an inward passion for it, because if you don't have the passion, it's not going to shine through. It's going to show that you're just doing it for the money.
Yes.
So
they taught us one thing in network marketing, and they said to us, write down your why. Why are you doing this?
And most people will write down for the money, right?
All kinds of stuff is going in my head right now when I just hear the question. And most people write down, and believe it or not, they edge you on. Like in a court, when you're in court, well, you don't know it, but you see it on TV in court where the attorney, he kind of leads you down the road, and the judge will say, "Stop that!" It's a word for that. I don't know if it's badgering or leading. It's leading. I think you're
leading a witness.
Yes. Well, that's what the question, why are you doing this, is posed, and want you to answer with this, want you to give an answer of, I'm doing it for my family. Tracy, we're not doing it for our family, right? I don't want you to tell yourself that lie, right? And I don't want you to tell yourself that lie, because if you was doing it for your family, you wouldn't quit. And more people quit in network marketing than any other industry out there, right? So don't tell yourself, I'm doing it for my family. Don't be led into that untruth. The trap.
Right.
Don't be led into that. And so when you say, well, give me some don'ts. I want you to understand, don't don't bring your family on board.
Okay.
Like, don't chase. That's the number one thing I want to say with the don'ts. Don't bring your family and friends on board. If you have a product and you want them to buy it, just let them buy it.
Okay.
I'm not
I
saying
think that's applicable across the board, not just in network marketing, but even in your own business. If you're going into any type of business, you're reliant on your family and friends to be your clients, you're already in trouble. And we tell nonprofit people that too. You know, if you're starting your nonprofit, your whole board cannot be your family and your friends. Like,
no, not at all.
that's conflict of
Don't
interest.
do that.
Yeah, that is a conflict of interest, and that's just inappropriate. So
But,
that's not what you need to do. So you have to network in order to find the right people to become your clients or your board members.
absolutely, absolutely.
Correct?
You got to bring your family and friends on board. That's not a good thing. You love your family and friends; they love you, but trust me, many have departed over network marketing.
Okay.
So don't do that. Number 2, get out as soon as you see 2 red flags. Get out. It may not be for you. Don't let someone else tie your hands to the company. Oh, you're just leaving because A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Or here it is. Oh, don't stay with that company, but come with this company because this company is better than that company. Don't listen to any of that foolishness. You know, use your wisdom and your instinct. Your instinct will never lie to you. I don't know if anybody ever told you that, but it's true. It will never lie to you.
Your gut.
Your gut, that gut feeling. It will never lie to you. So don't bring your family and friends on. At any time you feel like getting out, get out. And number 3, this is a good one. Don't follow the Pied Piper.
Okay.
Don't follow the Pied Piper. There's always someone throwing cash, cars, and houses in front of you.
Bentleys, mansions,
airplanes. That stuff is real. When I say it's real, when you meet them, they probably leasing it. You don't really know if they own it, and it's mostly young people who can fall for that because I'm not going to say I fell for it, but I did see myself being able to obtain some of those things. Like I went to the Bentley store. I did, Tracy. I sat in a Bentley before.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to lease it until they told me $1,200 a day. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna leave that right here.
Right.
But again, I don't want to bash marketing. I just want you to know if it's not for you, then leave it alone. But if it is for you, grow your business. Now, can we talk about the 3 do's? Because those were the 3 don'ts in network marketing.
For social
research
media
the person you're going to join.
For social media specifically.
Yes. Okay. For social media specifically, research the person that you're going to join, the company and the person, because you have to join a team. And so research the company. Like go back 5 to 10 years in that company. If it's a new company, it's okay, but know that too. On social media, do not. Oh, I wish I could do this right here. Do not inbox people and ask them, do they want to join your company and do they want to buy your product? Do not do that. You need to build a relationship with people. So stop it. It's horrible. And lastly, do not promote other people on your page. I mean this, Tracy. Do not promote your upline on your page. Promote your product and your services on your page. You sell the same product. You see how they just made a flyer. Well, you put your face on that same flyer. Do not promote other people on your page because what you don't know is that they're going to go over to the other person and they're going to join or buy from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you realize that these strategies, the ones that we just talked about, were not the effective strategies for networking that was going to be able to take your business to the next level? And what new strategies did you employ in order to make that shift?
Okay, so I ended with what not to do on social media. right? I ended with that. And I ended with that because I was doing those things. See, the things I'm speaking of is from experience. It took me 4 years to write this book, and I wrote this book with you in mind, right? And so what I said, okay, this is not working. Everybody, I go to the company's page. No, I go to the people who are in the company. I go to their page. The company blasted all over social media. And one of my coaches said to me, why are you promoting other people? And why are you putting why do you have people that's already in your company on your social media page? They're not going to buy from you.
Right.
The light came on, Tracy. I have 3,000 friends all in the same company on my social media page. Who am I marketing to?
Right.
So I had a coach. Again, I told you I believe in coaching. And so the coach said to me, think about this, Denean. I almost felt kind of small, but she didn't mean it that way. It's just, I didn't see that. You have all of your company members. You go to these little events and you Facebook friend them, and everybody Facebook friends, and all of y'all got the same marketing. I'm sorry, everybody. Who y'all marketing to? Each other.
Right.
Why would they buy from you? They buy from the company. And so that was big. That was a big aha moment for me, Tracy.
Okay, awesome. So if you're just joining us, we have today with us Denean Ambersley. She is affectionately known as Denean the Coffee Queen and the Queen of Networking and the Master Networker. She's written a book called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Networking. Let's meet for coffee. And she's here today to give us some tips and strategies about how we can effectively effectively network on social media while we're practicing social distancing. Okay, so one of the other things that I think helped you to hone in on your networking skills was being in the military, because we've had conversations before about your military career and what you did in the military and how it helped you to hone in those networking skills, and you were able to take what you learned from the military and bring it over into the civilian world. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I do. Thank you for asking that question. That's a good question, or a good segue to what I'm about to say. In the military, human capital is their number one asset. You probably didn't know that. You probably thought it was some guns and some boats and some airplanes and some ships and some, all bullets and bombs. No, it's people. And without people, none of those things would work. None of those things. I looked at New York, how the National Guard came in and built that hospital. We do that for a living. Like, that's what we do. We know how to do that. But even if we needed a hospital and there were no people to build it, that hospital wouldn't go up. And so I know, Tracy, if I could say it like this, I know people. I know how to effectively use people in terms of teaching them how to meet other people. Like, you need people in your life. And so if you're an introvert, let me speak to that person real quick. If you are an introvert and you want to own a business, you're going to have to fail forward. You're going to have to fall forward. Okay. Yes, you're going to have to do that, because when I say fail forward, you're not going to want to go in that room. It may make you nervous. I want you to go in that room anyway. Even, the first time, even if you don't talk to anybody, your first experience is to get in the room. And I want you to, I told someone this yesterday. Don't worry about people inviting you to the room or inviting you to a seat at the table. You are the room. You are the
right now.
Oh, yeah.
You are the room.
You are the room. But don't say anything, because you're a little nervous. And, we don't want you to break out with your hot flashes, and we don't want you to break out and fall down, trip over your shoes. Just go in the room. And I believe in this. So say a little prayer. Go in the room and let the atmosphere captivate you. Don't it may intimidate you, but that don't matter. Just go in the room. And when you meet people, if just say hi. You don't have to say a whole lot. Hi, the commercial. Hi, bye. Just go in the room. It starts there. It just starts there. So I know you asked me about, meeting people. Tracy, we can't do our job in the military without people in another state, people in another country.
Mhm.
Same with business. You cannot, and you don't have to know them. Like when I call people, I know the departments of places I need to call. I don't know who's going to answer that phone. But
Right.
my ideal, for me to be successful, and trust me, 30 years, I was very successful.
Mhm.
My whole point of calling them was to get to know them.
Okay.
See,
So
my whole
building
point was not to
relationship.
call them and yes, build a relationship because once in the military, now you would think, oh, they got to do what you say. No, they don't. They only have to answer that phone.
Mhm.
But when you have people in your life that's helping you move forward in whatever you're doing, they have you top of mind.
Mhm.
They have you on the top of their mind. So they just got this big shipment in, or a sales going on, or whatever you're selling. They know somebody who needs it. You're the first person they think about. That's why you
And
want to build these.
I
Yes, you want to build these relationships. Hey,
right.
hey,
So
hey.
is that the solution that you're saying? That's what networking does for you, is to put you at the top of people's minds
Yes,
so that
top
you become that
Tracy.
go-to person.
Tracy, I've gotten great jobs in the military because people had me top of mind.
Okay.
Hey, so and so, I know you don't know this, but this certain job coming open in May. This certain job coming open next year, December. Do you want it? Oh, we don't supposed to do that.
Right.
Okay, so military people, y'all, be careful. We don't, yeah, because a lot of people want those jobs. Like the jobs I've had,
Mhm.
people, I don't want to say they will die for them.
But they cover those jobs.
Yeah, they coveted those jobs. They
Mhm.
coveted those jobs, and they kept those jobs for certain people. And so, doing your networking abilities, you need to be in the know. You need to have people have you top of mind because you can do the job. You can run this business. So you need people. Let me go back to the networking. You need people knowing about your product and your service, and the only way you can do that is network and build an authentic relationship with them. That's the only way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, so if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying one of the first things that we need to do, and you're talking about any industry, not just network marketing. Am I correct?
You're
Okay.
absolutely correct.
So
Human
let me.
capital.
I'm
Human
going to
capital.
tell you what I'm getting from this, and then you can tell me if I'm interpreting what you're saying correctly.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you are a nonprofit leader or a founder of a nonprofit. It doesn't matter if you are a high schooler getting out of high school or getting out of college and looking for a job, or you're a mother transitioning back from being a stay-at-home mom or a housewife back into the workplace, or you are a new entrepreneur trying to get ahead. You're stepping the ladder up, or you are already established as an entrepreneur and you're trying to get your business to the next level. You need to get out there and you need to network with people, right? Because people, as you said, people are capital. So the money is in the people, but the only way you can get to the people is to build authentic relationships so that you can stay in front of them, so that you can stay at the top of their minds. So when there's a problem that needs to be solved and they already know, like, and trust you, and they know what you do in your business, then they will take your name and pass it on to the next person.
Absolutely.
Correct? Oh, am I good or what?
Let me drink some tea on that one.
Oh my goodness.
Bottom line is, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't. Tracy, one of my coaches, and I keep.
How can people do that while they're practicing social distancing? Because when I think of networking, and I'll tell you guys this quick story about my relationship with Denean. Right. When I met Denean, I was like in the house. I was probably even suffering from depression at that point in time. But I was doing my work. But I was doing my work from where I am right now, right behind the computer. I, believe it or not, because I mean, you may see me here, you see me laughing. I'm all jovial and whatever. But I'm an introvert. Like, I'm a true introvert. Okay. And I am a very like introvert to the point that I could become a shut-in, because I can stay at home and don't go out. So like the social distancing really isn't bothering me too much, to be quite honest, right? So one of the things when we started talking, then he was like, "Oh my God, you have such a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge. You are like, you have what people need.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need you to get in these streets. That's what she calls it, getting in the streets, right? She said, I want you to
That's
get
what I call it.
behind that computer and get out there and start
Mhm.
networking, getting to know people in your community. Well,
Mhm.
can I tell you, that was a blessing and a curse all at the same time, y'all, right?
Excuse me.
That was a blessing and a curse all at
Mhm.
the same time. So I did exactly that. I got out in the streets. I started networking like there was nobody's business going on out here.
I
I was
couldn't find you no more.
day in, day out, day in, day out, to the point that I'm on so many boards in my community. I volunteer for so many different um, organizations within my community. It broadened my network beyond imagination.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about 6 degrees of separation.
Yes.
Man, I think I'm 2 degrees or 1 degree of separation from
Yes.
anybody I need to meet, because I was able to network, and one person knows another person, knows another person, knows another person. I don't think there's anything that I could need currently that I don't know somebody who I can get it from, or get to that person if I absolutely needed to. And I'm talking whether it's a senator, a lawyer, or the governor, or the mayor of Hartford.
Yes.
I am that closely separated from these people because I was able to get out there. I built relationships.
Yes.
I am sometimes, to my own fault, the go-to person for a lot of information, because this brain has so much what I like to call useless information up in there that if you don't ask me the question, it just, I guess it gets recycled in there, because sometimes I'm even shocked by the amount of information I know, but I'm a reader. You know what I mean? I remember one year I read 152 books. Who does that? But when you're bored and you're an introvert and you stay at home, I guess that's what you do, right? But so I'm like a super nerd, if you want to call me that. But getting out there and networking actually expanded, like it brought some type of joy to me, because I was like, wow, there are a lot of amazing people out here, and I've gotten to know those people. You did not really cajole me. Get out in those streets, girl. Get from behind that computer. You got carpal tunnel syndrome.
Get in them streets. Get in them streets.
Yes, get out of those streets and actually network. But no, I can't do that. So how can I transition to networking from behind my computer now?
Well, Tracy, I want to capture one thing you said for all of the different industries. If you look at all of the successful business owners, especially network marketing, they are 6 degrees separated from somebody that you want to meet. They know everybody because they did just that. They got out in those streets. And so now we're social distancing. And we got to figure out, okay, I can't get in the street. Let's take the one, Tracy, let's take the person who's never been in the streets and they're trying to figure this out. They're comfortable behind their computer. But I beseech you not to stay comfortable behind your computer, because I bet you that you're not the one that's using Zoom right now. I bet you the one that's comfortable with their computer is not the one that's setting up what are we doing right here? The vlogs and the podcasts. It's so many ways you can get out there. You can reach out to someone's inbox, right? After researching them, and you can say hello.
And how do you research them?
Well, I would only recommend 2 places. Well, 3 places, because you want to make sure they're legitimate. You want to go on LinkedIn, you want to go on Facebook, and you want to do some kind of background check. Just and when I say background check, you can type in my name, Denean Ambersley, and mugshot. I don't know if y'all knew that, but you can do that. You can put their name and the word mugshot.
Okay.
If they have
what comes up.
Pop up. Right? And you may even find something that you don't like. But I would say don't pass judgment, right? Because you don't know. But if they're a sex offender, you might not want to have nothing to do with them at all.
Right.
So you determine with your own morals if you like to do business with them. But anyway, you found Denean Ambersley and you looked her up and you say, well, I want to know more about her. Inbox them and introduce yourself. Hey, Denean, my name is Tracy, and I understand you own a healthy beverage company. I too own a tea company, or I'm in the network marketing space of tea. And I heard that you used to do network marketing. You white labeled your own, and I would like to know a little bit more about that. Do you have time for a conference call? Because we're not going to sit there and text each other back to back. No, do not do that. Do not. If your sentence is longer, if you have more than 3 to 5 sentences, that's a phone call.
Okay.
Right. But also don't say hi. That's creepy. Don't inbox me hi. Because there's a lot of predators.
Right.
On social media. Right. And so they want to steal your identity. And normally the predators start out with hi.
Right.
I can spot them a mile away. And so you want to even get to know people on social media. So I would recommend it's 5 days a week. I would recommend 5 people a week, right? You don't know 30 people a week because you don't have time to try to manage that nor build anything with that. You don't have the time.
Okay.
1 person per day. Who do I want to meet today? I want to meet an author today. So let me just go and scroll and see what I can find. You could go to Facebook and type in the word author, because a lot of the authors put the word author before their name. Author Denean Ambersley.
They do.
Yeah, and they'll come up. And then you read what you want to read and figure it out. And so if you find someone, inbox them with an introduction. Please don't say hi.
And no sale.
You are with a short, and this is what I do, and I'd like to hear more about what you do. Is there a way we can schedule a conference call? Now, be mindful of that introduction too, because that's an introduction of financial planners. And the ones that's in the network marketing space, they all say the same thing. Oh, I'd like to hear more about your business. That's right.
So when you get on the call, if the person does oblige you and they do get on the call, you want to make sure that you are not going to now spam them.
Well, if they want to take your call, if they say, yes, let's have a call, you need to have an agenda.
Okay.
Right? You don't know them. So you want to have a structured agenda. If you say, I want to get on the call with you for 15 minutes, you want to keep it at 15 minutes. If they tell you I can get on the call with you for 10 minutes and that's not enough time for you, go ahead and inbox them back and say, well, I really only want to talk to you like freestyle. So could you give me 30 minutes? And if they say yes, but not today, then you take the appointment and you make the appointment. See, one of the worst things you could do is make an appointment and don't make the appointment, meaning don't show up. That's no. Now you can make the appointment and something comes up and you inbox them. Hey, I got my kids at the house, because school is out and they're 2 years old and 5 years old and 8 years old. So you're going to hear some background noise. They understand that.
Right.
But not saying anything to them. Listen, you got to keep your ethics and your values ahead of you. Because just like you inbox them, they're probably researching you until that appointment. 9 times out of 10. If you inbox me before we get on the phone, I'm going to know about you.
Right.
And if I see that you are a network marketer, I'm not going to avoid you, but I'm going to let you know. Our conversation can be about A, B, and C. Right? You're not going to control the conversation because I already know where we're going. Remember, I was a network marketer too.
Right.
Be mindful of that, Tracy. You got to be mindful of that.
How do you keep control of the conversation? Because I can see someone reaching out to me and they have their own agenda as to why they want to reach out to me. Right. So when I get on the call, they're going to try to dominate the call. How can I not control the conversation, but keep the conversation neutral, where we're actually having a conversation and not spamming each other or being spammed?
Tracy, that's a great question. And guess what? I learned this skill inside of network marketing. The person who asks the question controls the conversation.
Okay.
The person who asks the questions controls. So let's have a quick dialogue. Quick. Just say good morning.
Good morning, Denean. How are you?
You set the appointment up with me. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Denean. How are you? I'm so happy that you could jump on this call with me today.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. It's my honor and pleasure to meet a new person and someone new in the space of business, and so especially a female, African American female. So I appreciate that you reached out. What is it that you do?
Oh, I'm an impact strategist. I help nonprofit social entrepreneurs and businesses get to the money.
Wow, that sounds very interesting. Now you help businesses get to the money. See, everything I'm asking you is going to be a question because I'm controlling you. I'm not even going to let you get in and try to sell me nothing.
I think that's psychology 101. You turn the answer back on the person, ask them
right away
more about what they just said.
Yes, right away.
Yeah.
There's so many questions they can't even get to. Well, would you like to join my business, my team? you want to get to it,
right?
Because the more questions you ask them, it's twofold. It's gonna frustrate them a little bit, but it's gonna help them understand what they really have in their hands. Mm-hmm. Like they tried to call and manipulate me, but it turned on them. So they're gonna go back to the drawing board and say, "Man, what do I do if someone keeps asking me all these questions? I call her. I want to ask her questions." I learned that. Yeah, that was a good lesson.
Okay, well that's a good tip because I know that happens to a lot of people. They're apprehensive about getting on the phone with someone who reaches out to them via social media because they're afraid that they're going to just be sold to on this call, and that's not what they want to have happen. They actually want to have authentic conversation, really get to know who that person is, not just about who their business or what product or service they're trying to sell. So taking control of the conversation is a really good strategy. So you said reaching out to people, searching on, deciding, having a list of who you want to meet. What type of people do you need to have in your network in order for your network to expand, right? Your network and your net worth to expand. So you said try to reach out to at least 5 people a week. So one person a day on social media by searching in either the link.
One authentic person a day.
One authentic person.
So that means you might have to go through 3. Yeah, that might mean you have to go through 5. But you only want 1.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
let me say this too. One of the questions I would have asked you is, how is your family? See, I'm gonna throw you so far off because you called me to talk about a travel company. You want me to? You want me? You don't want to know where do I travel? When the last time I've been on a plane?
How is your family?
Yeah.
It's kind of a hit and miss for me because sometimes to me you can ask that question like, hey, so how's your family doing? And it takes you all the way down a rabbit hole you can't get out of. You're like, oh my God.
No.
I didn't need to know all of this.
No, Tracy, during this time. During this time, we are social distancing. How is your family? That's a great question to ask during this time. I got a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 14-year-old running around this house. My husband, who works 12 hours a day, he's in this house. You know, how is your family?
Okay. Got you. I understand. All right. Got it. So searching the person that
you know what they mean
on social media. So either LinkedIn or Facebook, by searching keywords. If you want to meet an author, you search authors and a list of authors will come up. If you're looking for a nonprofit consultant, you search nonprofit consultant like myself, a lot will come up, or strategist will all come up. You look at the people's profile and you determine who you actually want to try to connect with. And you reach out to them simple, like one sentence. Hey, I saw your profile. It interests me. I like what you're doing. Can we jump on a call so we can get to know each other? Some people may think it's creepy. They won't reach out to you. You move on to the next person.
Well, in that first sentence, I wouldn't ask for the call.
Okay.
I need to respond first.
Okay.
So it would be, hello, I'm Denean. I saw you on social media. I saw him. And talk about something they wrote. So I saw one of your posts.
Okay.
Don't say I saw you on social media.
They actually see that you actually went to their page and took the time to get to know them.
Absolutely. And talk about that post. I saw your post about PPP. And, I just wanted to, talk to you about it or see what it is you do. It seem like you're very knowledgeable about the PPP. And I just want to ask you a few questions about it. Is it okay? Let them come in and say something.
Okay.
Then you ask for a phone call. Because if you ask for a phone call right off the bat, creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we get on the phone call, we have the conversation, we making sure we're controlling the conversation and not the conversation controlling us.
Yes.
Okay. So now we end this conversation, things went well. I want to follow up with this person because I want to continue this relationship. I want to make sure that this relationship moves forward. I can now probably, because I've gotten to know this person, maybe I have people in my network who can utilize that person's skills, and vice versa. I would like that person to have people in their network who can utilize my skills. How do I go about creating that third touch point, basically?
Good. That's a good question. So now it's time to meet for coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, we're social distancing. Hold your tea up, Tracy. Hold it up. It's time to meet for coffee. Why? Because that's where the magic works. See, I'm comfortable now. We're having coffee together. I might slurp. We're getting comfortable now. So it's time to meet for coffee. So can we get on the line? Don't ask them now. Let time go by. But on that first introduction, at the end of it, ask them, can you have their email address?
Mm-hmm.
Can you have their point of contact information? And so now that you have an email address, you may email them once. No, you're going to email and say thank you for everything, right? And then you email them another time and ask them, can I put you on my newsletter? I send out a newsletter once a month. You want to tell them how often you want to touch them. I send out a newsletter once a month. Is it okay I put you? And they'll say yes. If you try to spam them, they're going to block you.
Right.
So you want to build an authentic relationship. What is it that you want with them? Ask yourself that and then build on that. It may be a year to 3 years later that you start doing business with them, but the relationship is building. And so now that you've got their notifications on you want to say, can I get your notifications off your Facebook? Start commenting on their pages. Right?
Okay.
Building authentic relationships. That means then I got to be interested in what you are talking about. Be interested and not interesting. So you be interested in what they're talking about. You want to be a great listener because you're building. So people love talking about themselves. So the more you allow them to talk about themselves, the more I will ask you to listen to them because you want something from them. And you don't even know what it is you want. Can I give you a great example? I consider her a friend now. She owns a construction company. I don't know what that has to do with coffee. But this lady, she's a big networker. So what did I want? I wanted to be in her circle. See, you got to know what you want with that person. I don't want her to buy any coffee. I want to be in her circle. Does that make sense? Remember, we're trying to separate out.
Money's connected to money. So you want to be connected to people who are going to buy your coffee.
Absolutely. She's friends with the mayor. I don't know the mayor, but she's friends with the mayor. I just want to be in her circle. And so this same lady, I don't know, 2 or 3 years later, invited me down to Hilton Head. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Hilton Head, South Carolina. It's on the beach. And she invited me to this wonderful business retreat. If I wouldn't have got to know her, she would have never invited me. She would have invited somebody else. But she invited me. And that's what I want from her. So you got to know what it is you want from someone. And it doesn't have to always be about a sale. No.
Okay.
As a business owner. Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. Those were awesome tips, Denean. And I am so grateful for you coming here this morning and sharing some of those tips from your book with us today. And I just want to recap because, I'm an educator to the core. So it's all about the recap, right?
Before you recap, because I want to hit one more important area of this book.
Okay.
It's so important. Follow up.
Yes.
Don't do all this for naught. What are you doing? No, you working hard. You at work right now. So how do you ask the question? You ask the question about the touch points. How many times I want to, use those touch points and stay in touch with the person. But we didn't talk about how do you initially follow up. And that's so important because this is where you leave a lot of money on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, I created a day, and I don't know if it's mine, but I created it. I took it and now it's mine. It's called Follow Up Friday. Every Friday. Today is Friday. I got a lot of work to get done on today. But it's good work. It's happy work. You know, they say Mondays is not so happy. I don't know. If people have heart attacks on Mondays, that's why I don't work on Mondays like that. I do something different. But Fridays is my follow-up. I get to call Denean. I get to call Tracy. And I might not even want anything. Hey, Tracy, I just wanted to say hello, good morning. It's Friday. I really didn't want anything, but I did see your post. See, you gotta let them know you're involved. Okay. I did see your post about PPP, and thank you. I shared that. As a matter of fact, that's a good one. Share their posts if you like. But I saw your post, and I was so impressed that I shared it. And I just wanted to say, have a wonderful, blessed weekend. And they're gonna be so happy to hear from you because you didn't want anything.
Okay, something that simple.
Something that simple. The fortune is in the follow-up. Don't tell people you're going to call them back and you don't. Don't be nervous to call them back. If you are, just go ahead and inbox them or email them. Don't ask for their email address and start spamming them. Ask for their email address and tell them that you're going to, you know, hey, Tracy, have you heard of the Women's Health Summit, right? You have nothing to do with health, but I know you're a woman. Have you heard of the Women's Health Summit? Hey, it's a free summit, and it's about, you know, taking care of your health. I'm going out here this weekend. I hope to see you. You know, if you heard about it, and leave it alone. You don't have to ask no questions. Maybe even put the flyer in the email. You don't have anything to do with the health summit. Well, you might be a vendor. I don't know. But still, if you're a vendor, let them know. We love to be around each other. You know, God made us to be together. We don't supposed to be all separated. You know, it ain't good for me to be alone. You know,
so but we're alone right now.
Yeah, so but we're not alone. Think about this: Zoom and what is called
StreamYard,
and web something. I've been on like several. I didn't know they had all these things, Tracy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Webcast, WebEx.
Oh, okay.
And the churches, they're getting on Zoom. So look, Facebook Live. Look, come on now. We're not alone. We just can't touch each other, which is good. We're safe. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. So let me try to recap what we went over today. So we were talking about effective strategies to network on social media, and Denean Ambersley dropped some really good gems today from her book, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Networking. I'm going to put up the link here again. You can go ahead and pre-order right now. I think it comes with a book. You have it? Okay, awesome. See, she has it in her hand. You get the book, you get a workbook, and a free bag of her coffee. So, so we talked about, like I said, effective strategies. Sorry?
That's for the next 30 days. That's
okay, for the next 30 days. You can only get that bundle at the special price for the next 30 days. But we talked about effective strategies to network on social media. We talked about, not because we're not physically in front of each other doesn't mean that we can't still grow our net worth and network. Right? We can do that via social media by putting a plan together about who you want to connect with and reaching out to those people authentically, not salesy. If the conversation goes well, asking for a video, like we're doing right now, video conferencing, making sure that you still don't try to sell to that person on video conferencing, that you really get to know who the person is as a person, and then get to know about their business. This is not about selling. This is about getting to know people, about building those relationships, making sure you follow up. She said the follow-up is where the money is at. So the follow-up, the money is in the follow-up. And I think that's exactly how you said, the money's in the follow-up. So making sure you go ahead and follow up with that person just by saying, hey, thank you for meeting with me today via Zoom. And, you know, it was a great conversation, and I would love for us to continue to get to know each other. Maybe we can meet for coffee a week or maybe 2 weeks ago. maybe some tea too now, right? Right? So maybe we can meet for coffee or tea, and then you have another conversation with that person, and you still just grow the relationship. It's not about selling to the person. It's about building those relationships. And this can continue on for several weeks, several months, maybe even a year. But as the person really gets to know, like, and trust you, they'll be comfortable referring their network of people to you for the services that you provide. And you will likewise do that for that person. So imagine if you reach out to 5 people in an authentic manner every single week. In 1 month, that's 20 new people that you added to your network.
Yes. And you can manage that
on social media.
You can manage that.
Right. Yep. Okay. So Denean, you have any last words for us before we bid our audience adieu?
Absolutely. Adieu. Okay. See, I know Tracy, so I can laugh at her. If I didn't know Tracy, I wouldn't laugh at her, but I do. Okay. Anyway, everyone, I want to thank Tracy for having me on her podcast. This was such a blessing to my business and to my book. And my final words to you all is, it's not a book. I'm just not an author. This is a course. I wrote this book with you in mind, but I also wrote it as a course. So every chapter has an action step, right? And it comes with a workbook. So you literally are going to become a master networker. To one thing I can promise you from reading this book, and we shouldn't make promises, but you will meet that person that you always wanted to meet if you follow these steps. If you follow these steps, this will lead to a stronger net worth. Your income, your revenue, it will increase because this book leads you down the road. It took 4 years to put this together, ladies and gentlemen, not 30 days, 4 long years. And all of the practices that I'm giving you all, I've already tested. So they're tested, tried, and true. That's it, Tracy.
Awesome. All right, Denean, thank you for joining us today. And everyone who joined us, thank you for joining us already. Thank you for joining me for Morning Tea. Make sure you like, share, and comment if you have questions. Denean will be checking the comment section to answer any comments that you have, and so will I. And I will make sure that if she doesn't see it, I get it to her so that she can answer those questions. And if you want to connect with Denean, she just gave you some strategies on how to actually connect with her today. Yeah. So maybe you want to employ some of those strategies and reach out to Denean and build that relationship as well.
Yes. Tracy, we didn't say the website. I apologize.
I did. I put it up several times. Here we go.
Yeah. You do have it up. Yeah.
Yes. So this is where you can go and you can pre-order your book.
Yes.
Irrefutable Laws of Networking.com.
Yes.
If you want to buy coffee, you can go to DeneanTheCoffeeQueen.com and order your coffee there. And of course, you can reach Denean on social media by going to Denean Ambersley, and I'll put that back up so you can see the spelling of her name, and you can reach out to her and connect. Again, thank you for joining me this morning. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.